The galaxy watched in silent horror as the broadcast flickered across the stars, showing millions of humans being killed live. The images were brutal yet precise, and the alien species responsible made no effort to hide their cruelty. On Earth, millions stared at screens, their hearts heavy with grief and anger. Commander Day 6 stood before the Earth Council, his hands gripping the table, jaw tight. "We cannot let this go unanswered," he said. His voice, firm and unwavering, carried across the chamber. The council members nodded silently, each lost in their own thoughts of loss and vengeance. Dasik turned to the fleet officers behind him. "Prepare the ships. Mobilize every unit. We will show them that humans cannot be broken." Lieutenant Hygiene, standing next to him, nodded. She had watched her own family fall to the aliens' cruelty. Her eyes were hard, her mind focused. She had trained for this moment her entire life. The fleet had been ready for years, but no one had expected the alien species to strike so brutally. Now the stakes were higher than ever. In the orbital command center, officers worked tirelessly, coordinating the movement of warships across the solar system. Dasik watched the holographic display, fingers tracing the routes of each vessel. The fleet was large but needed to move with precision. Any mistake could mean the loss of thousands more lives. He glanced at Hygiene, who was already giving orders to the pilots. They worked seamlessly, a machine fueled by anger and determination. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, the alien overlord Karun observed his forces. He had underestimated humans, thinking them primitive and easy to control. The broadcast of the mass killings had been meant as a warning to Earth, a display of power to discourage any resistance. Instead, it ignited a fire. His soldiers, massive and alien in form, prepared for the coming human retaliation, unaware of the clever tactics and unity that humans could bring. Back on Earth, Dasik addressed the entire fleet via interstellar communication. "Today, we honor the lives lost. Today, we remind the galaxy that humanity is not to be trifled with. We will strike with precision. We will strike with courage. We will strike with unity." The words echoed across every ship. Pilots clenched their fists, engineers tightened their grips on controls, and crews set their sights on the enemy. The moment of action was at hand. Hygiene led a squadron of advanced fighters, each designed for maximum agility and firepower. She checked each vessel personally, ensuring that every system was functioning perfectly. The pilots looked to her with trust, knowing that their leader would not let them fall. As they launched from the orbital platforms, the stars blurred past them, and the cold vacuum of space swallowed the ships in silence. The first encounter with the alien scouts was violent. Humans moved in coordinated waves, striking with precision and retreating before the aliens could regroup. Explosions lit the void, the sounds of destruction echoing in the communication channels. Dasik monitored the battle from the command deck, pride swelling in his chest as his fleet executed maneuvers that the aliens could not anticipate. Amidst the chaos, Hygiene spotted a large alien vessel attempting to flank her squadron. She immediately relayed the information to Dasik, who adjusted the fleet formation. The humans attacked in unison, lasers slicing through the alien hulls. The vessel was destroyed, floating in pieces against the backdrop of distant stars. The crew cheered quietly over the comms, though they knew this was only the beginning. As battles continued across multiple sectors, the aliens began to realize that Earth's humans were not the weak species they had assumed. Their warships, though larger and heavily armed, could not keep up with the humans' agile tactics. On board the alien command ship, Karun's frustration grew. He roared orders, but the humans were always one step ahead. Every move he predicted was countered, every formation broken. Back on Earth, families watched the progress of the fleet, hope mingling with fear. The human spirit, though wounded, burned brightly. Pilots like Hygiene and her squadron represented the resilience of a species that refused to bow. Dasik knew the cost would be high, but the message had to be clear. Humanity would not be defeated. They would fight, they would survive, and they would take vengeance for every life lost. Throughout the night, the fleet continued its coordinated strikes. The aliens scrambled to respond, but human strategy and determination gave them the advantage. Each destroyed warship was a step closer to justice. The battle was only beginning, but the tone was set. The humans of Earth, though grieving, were united. And in the cold depths of space, their war cry echoed. No one could underestimate them ever again. Earth was alive with activity as the fleet prepared for the next phase of the war. Commander Day-Sik and Lieutenant Hygiene moved through the command centers, checking on every detail. Each ship, each pilot, each system was prepared for a fight that would determine the survival of the human race. Engineers adjusted weapon systems, while communications officers coordinated the signals between warships. Every person aboard every vessel knew what was at stake. Captain Sumin led a squadron of human destroyers. He had trained for this moment his whole life. His eyes were sharp as he scanned the star-filled darkness for any sign of alien movement. The fleet moved with precision, each ship in perfect formation. They had learned from the first skirmishes, and now their tactics were even more precise. Humans had studied the aliens' weaknesses and were ready to use them to full effect. The alien forces, led by Overlord Karun, were caught off guard by the speed and intelligence of the humans. They had expected fear and submission, but what they faced instead was courage, skill, and determination. The aliens scrambled their warships, attempting to form a defensive perimeter, but human pilots were already outmaneuvering them. The first wave of human fighters struck like lightning, destroying several alien vessels in seconds. Hygiene directed her squadron through the chaos of the battle. She was calm, precise, and fearless. Each command she gave was followed without hesitation. Humans used hit-and-run attacks, appearing in unexpected directions and vanishing before the aliens could respond. Explosions lit the void, and pieces of alien warships drifted silently into space. Hygiene's focus never wavered. She thought only of the mission and the lives that could be saved through their success. On one of the human carriers, Lieutenant Ji-hoon coordinated a strike against a heavily armed alien warship. The vessel was massive, with weapons capable of destroying smaller human ships in a single blast. Ji-hoon calculated the trajectory and guided a squadron of bombers in a precise attack. The warship exploded in a ball of fire, leaving the rest of the alien fleet in shock. Humans cheered quietly over the comms, though their minds remained on the battle ahead. Meanwhile, Commander Day-Sik oversaw the overall strategy. He knew that every ship, every pilot, and every weapon mattered. Humans had no choice but to fight with skill and courage, for failure meant the death of billions. He made quick decisions, shifting formations, sending reinforcements, and anticipating the enemy's moves. The aliens tried to regroup, but the humans always stayed one step ahead, striking at weaknesses and avoiding the strengths of their enemy. Far from the main battlefield, young pilot Hae-young found herself in a desperate duel against a smaller alien squadron. Her skills were put to the test as she dodged energy blasts and returned fire with precision. She remembered the faces of the humans killed in the live broadcast and felt a surge of determination. With one precise maneuver, she destroyed the leading alien fighter, forcing the rest to retreat. Her heart pounded with adrenaline and relief. In the command centers across Earth and orbiting stations, people watched the progress of the fleet. Families and friends followed every move, hoping for victory. The broadcasts showed humans striking back at the alien forces, destroying their warships and pushing them back. The galaxy began to take notice. Humans were no longer seen as a weak species. They were fighters, strategists, and survivors. Back on the battlefield, Captain Sumin led his squadron toward the core of the alien fleet. Each vessel was targeted with careful planning, lasers and missiles striking in unison. Alien warships exploded one after another, filling the darkness with light. The aliens tried desperately to mount a counterattack, but the humans' coordination and strategy were unmatched. Every move was calculated, every strike precise. The humans were taking control of the battle. Lieutenant Hygiene spotted an alien warship attempting to break through the human lines. She immediately relayed the information to Commander Day-Sik, who adjusted the fleet formation. Humans moved quickly, cutting off the alien ship from escape routes. With combined firepower, the vessel was destroyed, leaving the aliens further disorganized and fearful. The humans' courage and skill were overwhelming, and even the alien soldiers began to doubt their chances. On one of the human carriers, Engineer Minjun worked tirelessly to repair systems damaged in earlier skirmishes. His hands moved quickly, guided by training and experience. Every repair meant one more ship could continue fighting, one more chance to protect Earth and the people they loved. Minjun looked at the holographic maps, tracking the fleet's movements and noting where reinforcements were needed. His work was quiet but vital, the backbone of the human effort. As the battle raged across multiple sectors, the humans began to gain the upper hand. Alien warships fell, one after another, unable to withstand the coordinated attacks of Earth's fleet. Commander Dasik knew the cost would be high, but he also knew that humanity's resolve was stronger than any enemy. Each victory brought hope, and hope fueled the determination to continue fighting. Lieutenant Jihoon led a strike team against the alien command ship. The vessel was heavily defended, but humans approached with careful strategy and courage. Lasers struck the shields, bombers targeted key systems, and fighters held off enemy reinforcements. The battle was intense, but human skill and teamwork prevailed. The command ship was crippled, sending shockwaves through the alien fleet and causing confusion among their ranks. Hygiene and her squadron returned to the carrier for resupply, their faces tired but determined. They had survived another wave of battle, destroyed multiple alien ships, and contributed to the overall victory of the humans. Each pilot knew that the fight was far from over, but they also knew that their actions were making a difference. The human spirit, united and unbroken, burned brightly against the darkness of space. Throughout the galaxy, the humans' courage and skill were becoming known. Alien forces were no longer confident in their power, and whispers of humanity's resilience spread from one sector to another. Commander Dasik addressed the fleet once more. We fight for every life lost. We fight for our families and our planet. We fight because we must survive. Stay strong, stay united, and never give up. His words carried through every ship, filling the hearts of humans with courage and determination. The battle continued, but for the first time, humans could see the possibility of victory. Each alien warship destroyed was a step closer to justice for the millions lost. Each strategic move and daring attack demonstrated that Earth's humans were not to be underestimated. The fleet moved as one, a force of resilience, courage, and intelligence, determined to reclaim their place in the galaxy and ensure that no one would forget the strength of humanity. The humans' fleet had gained momentum, and the aliens were struggling to respond. Commander Dasik stood on the bridge of the flagship, scanning the war-torn sectors of space ahead. Reports from multiple squadrons indicated that alien forces were retreating in some areas, regrouping in others. Humans had proven that courage and clever tactics could match even the most advanced alien technology. Dasik's expression was calm but determined. Every decision now could change the course of the war. Lieutenant Hygiene led a group of fighters on a rapid assault mission against a heavily armed alien convoy. Her squadron moved with precision, weaving through asteroid fields and dodging energy blasts. Pilots like Sumin and Jihoon followed her commands flawlessly, knowing that hesitation could cost lives. Hygiene's heart was steady. Every maneuver was calculated. She remembered the broadcast of the 10 million humans killed and allowed it to fuel her resolve rather than fear. The alien fleet was larger, but they were slower to adapt. Overlord Karen's strategies were rigid, expecting humans to act predictably. They did not anticipate the creativity and unity of the human pilots. One by one, the human fighters struck, targeting the engines and weapons of the alien warships. Explosions lit up the dark expanse of space, the debris drifting silently among the stars. On a human destroyer, Captain Sumin coordinated a synchronized attack on a group of alien vessels attempting to flank the main fleet. He issued quick commands, balancing aggression with defense. The destroyer's guns fired in rapid bursts, striking enemy ships before they could respond. The alien formation was broken, scattering their forces and giving the humans a strategic advantage. Sumin felt a surge of pride as he watched the results of careful planning and teamwork. Meanwhile, Engineer Minjun worked tirelessly on the control systems of the fleet. Damage from earlier battles had been repaired, but the constant attacks required constant vigilance. Minjun's hands moved quickly, guided by skill and instinct. Every repaired system meant another ship could fight another day, another chance to defend Earth and avenge the lives lost. He looked out at the stars beyond the viewport, imagining the families waiting for their loved ones' return. Lieutenant Ji-hoon was tasked with leading a bombing run against the alien command ship. It was heavily shielded and protected by smaller warships. Ji-hoon analyzed the defenses and coordinated a careful approach. Bombers dropped in formation, guided by precise calculations. The explosions rocked the alien vessel, disabling its shields and weapons. The command ship's crew struggled to maintain control, but the humans' coordinated strike was relentless. Each moment brought the humans closer to their goal. Hae-young, a young pilot in Hygiene's squadron, faced a critical choice during the battle. An alien fighter was on a direct collision course with a human ship carrying supplies for the fleet. Without hesitation, she maneuvered her fighter, intercepting the threat and destroying the alien ship. The act saved countless lives and highlighted the bravery and skill of even the youngest pilots. Hae-young's actions were broadcast to the fleet as an example of courage and determination. Commander Dae-sik communicated with the fleet through the Interstellar network. Stay united. Trust each other. Every action matters. We fight not just for victory but for the memory of the fallen. We will not fail. His voice was calm but firm, a steady anchor amid the chaos. Crew members across the fleet felt a renewed sense of purpose, knowing that their efforts were coordinated and meaningful. Morale rose as humans continued to push the alien forces back. Alien morale, on the other hand, began to crumble. Overlord Karun's rigid strategies were failing, and his soldiers were confused by the humans' unpredictable tactics. Communication between alien warships broke down, leaving them vulnerable to coordinated human attacks. Humans exploited every weakness, targeting engines, weapons, and supply lines. The aliens were being forced to retreat or face total destruction. The tide of battle had shifted. On board the flagship, Hygiene received reports of a new alien reinforcement fleet approaching from a nearby sector. She immediately relayed the information to Dae-sik. The commander analyzed the situation and adjusted the fleet formation to meet the threat. Humans prepared ambushes and defensive positions, ready to strike first. The aliens, expecting easy targets, were met with prepared and organized defenses, suffering heavy losses before they could react. Captain Sumin and his destroyer squadron engaged the alien reinforcements in a series of hit-and-run attacks. Each maneuver was precise, exploiting the aliens' slower reflexes and lack of coordination. Lasers tore through alien hulls, missiles struck key systems, and smaller fighters harassed the enemy from multiple angles. The aliens were forced to split their forces, reducing their effectiveness and increasing human advantage. Engineer Minjun monitored the battle from the control deck, coordinating repairs and system adjustments in real time. His quick thinking allowed damaged ships to remain operational longer than the aliens expected. Each repair extended the fleet's strength, ensuring that humans maintained pressure and never gave the enemy a chance to regroup. Minjun's work was invisible to many, but it was critical to the humans' continued success. Hygiene led a daring mission to disable the alien command network, targeting the systems that coordinated the enemy fleet. Her squadron weaved through heavy defenses, dodging energy blasts and enemy fighters. With careful precision, they struck key control nodes, disrupting communications and leaving the aliens disorganized. The humans gained a critical advantage, and the alien fleet's ability to respond effectively was severely weakened. Lieutenant Ji-hoon returned from his bombing run, reporting the success of the strike against the alien command ship. His careful planning and execution had crippled the enemy's ability to coordinate attacks, allowing the humans to exploit weaknesses across multiple sectors. Dae-sik acknowledged the report, knowing that each victory brought them closer to ultimate success. The fleet maintained focus, pushing forward with determination and unity. Hae-young and other young pilots continued to demonstrate courage and skill, taking calculated risks to protect the fleet and destroy enemy ships. Their bravery inspired veteran pilots and crew members alike. The humans' determination, intelligence, and cooperation were becoming legendary across the galaxy. The alien forces, once confident in their superiority, were beginning to fear the humans they had underestimated. As the battle stretched across light years of space, the humans maintained relentless pressure. Every strike, every maneuver, every calculated attack brought them closer to justice for the 10 million lives lost. Commander Dasik knew the cost was high, but the result would prove that humanity was not a species to be underestimated. The unity, skill, and courage of the humans had turned the tide of war, and the aliens would soon learn that Earth would fight without mercy or fear. The humans' fleet pressed deeper into alien space, and the aliens were desperate. Commander Day-6 stood on the bridge of the flagship, watching the holographic displays of the ongoing battle. Reports of alien counterattacks reached him quickly, and he made immediate adjustments to protect the fleet. Every vessel was in motion, maneuvering to defend allies and strike vulnerable enemies. The humans had grown stronger through each encounter, learning and adapting to the alien strategies with every fight. Lieutenant Hygiene led a strike squadron through a dense asteroid field, where alien warships tried to ambush them. Her pilots moved with skill, weaving between asteroids while launching attacks on the enemy. Hygiene's focus was unbreakable. She kept track of every fighter, issuing precise commands. Her squadron destroyed several alien ships in quick succession, forcing the rest of the enemy fleet to retreat. Her bravery inspired all the young and veteran pilots aboard the fleet. Captain Sumin commanded a group of human destroyers in a daring assault against an alien supply convoy. The convoy was well protected, but the humans used clever tactics to isolate and destroy each ship. Lasers and missiles tore through the enemy hulls, disabling their engines and weapons. The humans' coordinated attacks caused panic among the alien forces. Even Overlord Karun could feel his soldiers losing control of the battle. His frustration grew as the humans continued to outmaneuver and outsmart his fleet. Engineer Minjun worked relentlessly on damaged ships, ensuring that every vessel could stay in the fight. Each repair meant another chance to strike the enemy and save lives. Minjun's hands moved quickly over consoles and control panels, making calculations and adjustments to keep weapons and shields operational. His work, though unseen by many, was critical to the humans' success. Every repaired ship added strength to the fleet and hope to Earth. Lieutenant Jihoon led a bombing run against an alien command station located on a large asteroid. The station controlled communications for a significant portion of the alien fleet. Jihoon carefully guided his bombers through heavy defenses, striking with precision. The explosions disabled key systems, leaving alien warships disorganized and vulnerable. The humans seized the opportunity to push further, taking advantage of the confusion in enemy ranks. Hae-young, now more experienced, led a small group of fighters to support vulnerable ships in the fleet. She faced a squadron of alien fighters intent on destroying human supply lines. Her team moved quickly and decisively, taking out enemy fighters while protecting the supply ships. Hae-young's courage and quick thinking saved countless lives and demonstrated that even young pilots could make a critical difference in the battle. Her squadron returned safely, their mission accomplished, their confidence strengthened. Commander Day-6 addressed the fleet through the communication network. "We fight for those we have lost. We fight for the safety of our world. Every strike brings us closer to justice. Do not hesitate. Stand together. Be strong." His words resonated across every ship, reminding the crews of the importance of their actions. Morale soared as humans continued to strike effectively against the alien forces. The unity and determination of the fleet were unmatched. The aliens attempted another counterattack, targeting the human fleet's rear lines. Captain Sumin quickly identified the threat and redirected his destroyers to intercept. Lasers and missiles clashed in the darkness of space, explosions lighting up the void. Humans fought with precision and courage, preventing the aliens from breaking their formation. Every counterattack by the enemy was met with strategic defense and aggressive retaliation. The aliens were being pushed further back with each engagement. Lieutenant Hygiene received urgent reports of a massive alien warship approaching from a nearby sector. She immediately relayed the information to Commander Dasik. The commander adjusted the fleet formation, sending strike teams to intercept while reinforcing key defensive positions. Hygiene led the attack squadron, moving quickly and efficiently. Her pilots fired with accuracy, striking vital systems and causing the massive alien warship to lose control. The vessel exploded in a blinding light, scattering debris across the sector. The humans had won another crucial battle. Engineer Minjun coordinated with other technical teams to repair ships damaged during the engagements. He worked tirelessly, knowing that the human fleet's strength depended on the reliability of every vessel. Systems were restored, weapons recalibrated, and shields reinforced. Every repair allowed humans to continue their relentless pressure on the alien forces, keeping the initiative firmly in human hands. Lieutenant Jihoon led a second bombing run, this time targeting alien communications satellites in orbit around a remote planet. The destruction of these satellites caused chaos among the alien forces, cutting off their coordination across multiple sectors. The humans exploited the confusion, striking at isolated warships and supply lines. Hae-young supported the mission, protecting bombers from enemy fighters and ensuring mission success. The aliens were increasingly overwhelmed by the humans' tactical skill and determination. Commander Dasik monitored the overall situation, making adjustments to fleet movements and issuing strategic orders. Every decision was critical, as the humans needed to maintain momentum while minimizing losses. The aliens were formidable opponents, but the humans' ingenuity, courage, and unity gave them the advantage. The fleet moved as a single entity, each ship and crew member working in harmony toward the common goal of victory. Throughout the battle, the humans displayed bravery and skill beyond what the aliens had expected. Pilots and crews worked tirelessly, following orders and taking risks to achieve success. Each destroyed alien warship, each disabled command station, each successful mission brought the humans closer to victory. Commander Dasik knew that the cost was high, but the humans were proving that their spirit could never be broken. They would continue to fight to protect Earth, and to ensure that the sacrifices of the 10 million lives lost would not be in vain. The alien forces, once confident and proud, were now in disarray. Overlord Karun's rigid strategies had failed against humans who adapted, learned, and fought with determination. The humans' relentless attacks had turned the tide of battle. Across the galaxy, the humans' courage and skill were becoming known. The fleet moved forward with purpose, knowing that the end of this conflict was within reach. Humanity's strength, resilience, and unity shone brightly, a beacon that no alien force could extinguish. The humans' fleet moved with relentless determination, pressing the advantage they had gained over the alien forces. Commander Dasik watched the battle unfold across multiple sectors of the galaxy. Alien ships were retreating, their formations broken, and morale shattered. Humans had proven that courage, unity, and intelligence could defeat even the most technologically advanced enemy. Dasik's eyes were focused, his mind calculating every possible move to end the war decisively. Lieutenant Hygiene led a squadron of fighters through the remnants of the alien fleet. Explosions lit the darkness as they destroyed warships and supply vessels alike. Her pilots followed her commands precisely, trusting her judgment and skill. Every strike was calculated, every maneuver executed with care. Hygiene's determination drove the squadron forward, each pilot fueled by the memory of the 10 million humans killed. They fought not just for victory, but for justice. Captain Sumin commanded a group of destroyers targeting the remaining alien warships that guarded the enemy command center. He issued rapid-fire commands, coordinating attacks to maximize damage while minimizing risk to his fleet. Lasers and missiles tore through the alien ships, disabling engines and weapon systems. The aliens tried desperately to regroup, but human coordination and strategy were overwhelming. Every move the humans made was precise, leaving the aliens confused and vulnerable. Engineer Minjun worked tirelessly to keep every vessel operational. Damaged ships were repaired quickly, weapons recalibrated, and shields restored. His work ensured that the fleet maintained its full strength despite the ongoing battle. Minjun's quick thinking and skill allowed the humans to continue their relentless assault without hesitation. Each repaired ship represented another chance to secure victory and protect Earth. Lieutenant Ji-hoon led a bombing mission against the alien command center, a massive space station that controlled the remaining fleet. His team navigated through heavy defenses, dodging energy blasts and enemy fighters. The bombs struck key systems, causing massive explosions that crippled the station. Alien communication networks were disrupted, leaving their fleet in chaos. Ji-hoon's precise actions ensured that humans could strike the final blows without the enemy coordinating effectively. Hae-young and her squadron took on a dangerous mission to intercept alien reinforcements approaching from a distant sector. The young pilot moved with skill and courage, leading her team through heavy enemy fire. Their combined attacks destroyed several key warships, preventing the reinforcements from joining the battle. Hae-young's bravery inspired both young and veteran pilots, showing that courage and skill could overcome fear and adversity. Commander Dae-sik addressed the fleet, his voice steady and commanding. "We fight for every life lost. We fight for our families and our planet. Today we end the war. Stay united, stay focused, and strike with precision." The message spread to every vessel, filling crews with determination and resolve. Morale was high, and every human aboard the fleet knew that their actions were shaping the future of their species. The aliens, realizing that defeat was inevitable, made one last desperate attempt to protect their command center. Overlord Karun ordered a final assault, but the humans anticipated the move. Captain Su-min and Lieutenant Hae-jin coordinated a counterattack, striking the alien warships before they could reach the command center. Explosions tore through the enemy fleet, leaving only a handful of ships surviving. The tide of battle had turned decisively in favor of the humans. Engineer Minjun monitored systems across the fleet, ensuring that every vessel remained operational during the final engagements. His work allowed the humans to maintain pressure and prevent the aliens from regrouping. Every repair, every adjustment contributed to the success of the fleet, showing that even behind-the-scenes work was crucial in achieving victory. Lieutenant Ji-hoon's bombing run succeeded in completely destroying the alien command center. The massive explosions lit the surrounding space as the station was reduced to debris. Alien forces, now leaderless and disorganized, attempted to retreat, but human pilots intercepted them. Hae-jin's squadron and Su-min's destroyers pursued the remaining warships, leaving no chance for escape. The aliens had underestimated humanity, and now they paid the ultimate price. Hae-young and her squadron continued to strike at scattered alien ships, ensuring that no vessel could regroup or mount a counterattack. The young pilots executed their missions with courage and precision, demonstrating the skill and bravery that defined the human fleet. Each victory brought the humans closer to total control of the battlefield and ultimate justice for the lives lost. Commander Dae-sik watched as the last of the alien forces were eliminated. The human fleet moved in formation, striking the remaining ships with calculated precision. The battle was coming to an end, and the galaxy was witnessing the strength and resilience of humanity. The 10 million humans killed were avenged, and the message was clear. Earth's humans were not to be underestimated. Captain Su-min led a final sweep of the sector, ensuring no alien ships remained. Each warship encountered was destroyed or captured, leaving the galaxy free of the immediate threat. Lieutenant Hae-jin and her squadron provided cover, intercepting any remaining pockets of resistance. The humans' tactical skill, courage, and determination had secured victory. Engineer Minjun and the technical teams worked to stabilize the fleet after the long battles. Systems were checked, weapons reloaded, and ships repaired. The humans had fought hard, and now they ensured the fleet was ready for any future threats. Every crew member contributed to the success, proving that teamwork and unity were the backbone of humanity's strength. As the humans returned to Earth and nearby sectors, they were met with celebrations and relief. Families welcomed the pilots, engineers, and soldiers who had fought bravely across the galaxy. Commander Dae-sik addressed the people, acknowledging the sacrifices and courage of the human fleet. He spoke of unity, resilience, and the unbreakable spirit of humanity. The 10 million lives lost were honored, and the story of the humans' triumph spread across the stars. The galaxy now knew the power and determination of Earth's humans. Alien species would think twice before underestimating the human race again. Commander Daesik, Lieutenant Hygiene, Captain Sumin, Lieutenant Ji-hoon, Hae-young, and Engineer Min-jun were remembered as heroes, but they knew the true victory belonged to all humans who had fought and survived. Humanity had shown that even against overwhelming odds, courage, unity, and determination could triumph. The human fleet had proven that Earth's people were a force to be reckoned with, and the galaxy would never forget their strength.